Welcome to the video for attaching the flap to our Vadon. The first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to clip these zippers out of my way. And then I'm going to look at these side seams right here. And I'm going to take the side seam and fold it just like that right at the seam. So the seam is right at the fold. And I'm going to clip that so that it sits folded just like that. Okay, and you can see from the other side, right at that fold. And I'm going to do the same thing, making sure that the liner folds with it and it's not bunched up inside the fold. It's sitting nice and flat inside there. And I'm going to clip that edge as well, and I'm going to do all four. Now you can see here our 4 rivet holes that we have punched in the top strip on both sides. We now need to punch these holes through the rest of our bag. So in the instructions, I've labeled the holes 1, 2, 3, and 4, just for ease of showing you which one I'm talking about. But these two right here, 1 and 4, these two are going to go through the side seam. So what I'm going to do while this is clipped together is I'm going to put my punch through right at that hole that I have there already, through that hole, and I'm going to punch through the side seam. So line it up nice. And I'm going to punch all the way through that side seam. So now there's a hole right here in my side panel. And there's also 2 holes now in my liner panels, but I'll deal with those later. Now I'm going to do the same thing to this hole. This is technically hole 4, rivet hole 4. I'm going to take my punch and I'm going to put it right at that hole, and I'm going to punch it all the way through to the side panel. So now I've got a hole in my side panel right here, and I'm going to do the same here. And the same on this last side right here. Okay. Next, these holes here that are closer to the center of the top strip, so this is number 2 and this is number 3, those are going to be punched through the liner, and that is all. So what I'm going to do is take this punch and I will have to fold the zipper panel out of the way just so that I can reach the hole, but I'm going to make sure that I'm not punching through the zipper panel. So I'll show you here on the back side. My punch is right at that hole. And then on the back side, you can see where my punch is on the liner. And you can see that I'm not going to be punching through the zipper panel. It's just folded over so I can reach that. And I'm going to punch that through right there. And I'm going to do the same thing to hole number 2 right there. Okay, and this side as well. So I can unclip these now, and you'll see that you're left with several new holes in your liner material, and I'm going to go through and just fray check each of those holes. So you've got all of these ones. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 new rivet holes on each liner panel. Okay, next we are going to attach our flap to our bag. Now I have my back flap right here, the one that's going to go on the back of my bag, that one is going to go on the side that has the slip zip pocket, because I decided that's the side that's going to have the zip slip pocket, is the back of my bag. And I'm going to attach it to this side. So what I'm going to do first is add the hardware to my handle connectors. So I'm going to fold the handle connector over that center bar of the strap slider and pull it all the way up to the top. Okay, and I'm going to grab my other strap slider and install it here as well. Just like that. Okay, and now I'm going to add my rivets, and I'm going to first try for 8mm posts, but you can see the difference between an 8mm post and a 10mm post. You might need to bump up to a 10mm post at this part, but I'm going to try with 8mm first because it might work with the shorter post. So I am going to put my rivet through the connector and through the flap so you can see the post of the rivet in the back of the flap. And I am going to do the same on this side. And then I'm going to feed the post of the rivets through this hole and this hole. So 2 and 3. So feed that through and make sure it comes out the liner, and the post length on my rivet is perfect. So I'm going to add the cap to that. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same to this side. Feed that through the rivet hole, and then it's going to come out the liner side. And I'm going to add the cap. There we go. So the back of our flap is almost complete. Next, we're going to feed a rivet through this hole here. And again, you have that stitch line that goes through the hole, but you should still be able to get your rivet through there. Feed it through that first hole and then fold the side panel over to go through that rivet as well. So now the post of the rivet is coming out through the side panel, and it's perfect length as well. So I only need to use 8mm posts for this bag, and I'm going to add the cap to that as well. So I just press that with my fingers. Once I'm done adding all of my rivets, I'll go and press them with my machine, with my rivet press, but I'm just pressing them with my fingers now. And I'm going to do the same to this side. So a rivet is going to go through this hole here. And this is the one that has all the back stitching from my top stitches. But I still got my rivet through that hole. And it does cover all of my back stitching, which is nice. So that's going to go through hole number 4. And then I'm going to fold the side panel over so that it goes through the hole in the side panel, and then I'm going to put the cap on just like that. So the flap is now mostly installed on the back of the bag, and we're going to repeat that on the front. So all of these rivets are just pressed by hand right now, so I brought over my rivet press so that I can press them fully. And I'm just going to start on the side here and press that one. And it's a little bit finicky to get all the way down into the bag and press this one, but it should be easy enough. There we go. And we are going to press that one. And this one. And then press this one. Switch to the other side. And then one last one. I'm gonna get my zipper pull out of the way. All right, so you can really see the bag with the flap on. It is almost done. And we are now going to move on to the final details.